If you've ever wondered what would happen if everything fell apart, your business, your relationships, your reputation, you are not alone. Russell Brunson lived that nightmare in 2024. But what he did next revealed something so powerful, it might just change the way you handle your hardest moments. It all started when Russell launched ClickFunnels 2.0. It was supposed to be the highlight of his business, of his career. But then too many people signed up too quickly, all at the same time, and it broke the system. He and his team, they were patching code in the middle of the night. So people's funnels stopped working. People got very angry. They were very disappointed with ClickFunnels. They left the company. And because of that failure with the launch, his company definitely, his business took a big hit. Then, to make matters even worse, one of his business partners died unexpectedly. And here comes the real kicker. His oldest son disappeared. And when? Just when he turned 18, on the day before, the night before, he celebrated his birthday party with his twin. The next day, he eloped. Russell and his wife were frantic. They couldn't find the boy. They were phoning everybody they knew. They were phoning hospitals. You can imagine what a parent goes through in those moments. And then, while this ongoing crisis with his oldest son, it was still ongoing, something happened in a wrestling match. Russell was an assistant coach for one of his younger boys. And if you know anything about Russell Brunson, he always says that wrestling is his happy place. So he helped coach this younger son of his. And he was there beside him beside the wrestling mat while a match was going on. And then the opponent locked his son in a lock that seemed to Russell as if it was dangerous. You can imagine a frantic dad worried about his children at that point and so stressed out with all the other things going on. His judgment lapsed for a few seconds. He jumped onto the mat and he tried to save his son. Now, that is a big no-no in the world of wrestling. It's not for the coach to pull the other kid off his kid. Okay, so that ensued in him being banned from being a coach for wrestling for the rest of his life. And also, they banned him even from attending wrestling matches that his son was taking part in. For 2 years, he had that ban. But that's not the worst of it. Then the next thing happened. A viral clip of that incident hit the internet and people were going crazy. And it's so funny how people that before actually respected him and he helped them setting up their businesses, they turned against Russell. They denounced him. They said that he was a fake. They attacked his business. They didn't only attack his wrestling decision. Suddenly everything he did it was bad. His reputation took such a bad hit. And this storm lasted for about 6 weeks. He lost millions of dollars during that time. He lost a ton of clients. So it was really a very, very bad time in Russell Brunson's life. How do you come back from that? Now, if you were to ask Shark Tank investor Barbara Corcoran that question, she would say the difference between successful people and others is how long they spent feeling sorry for themselves. Now, I don't want to be the coach to tell Russell that. I don't want to be the coach to tell you that. I wouldn't like it if my coach told me that. Just get over yourself. No. As a mindset coach for entrepreneurs, I like to know what's the process? How do we actually shrink that feeling sorry for yourself phase? So I'm going to share 3 insights about being human. The first 2 are good, but the third one, it might just be the game changer for you. If you are in that dark place, you will have lots and lots of thoughts. They will come at you at a pace so fast it will make you dizzy. Of course, your brain is going to use your imagination to scare you. It wants to keep you safe. So it will come up with the most worst case scenarios it can think of just to keep you wide awake and aware. Here's the thing, you don't have to believe every thought that you think, especially when you are overwhelmed and panicky. You should ignore most of your thinking. When you are feeling overwhelmed and stressed, you are not actually experiencing the event itself, the circumstances directly. You are experiencing your interpretation of that. And interpretations change. With the third insight, that one that I promised you is going to be game changing, you will understand how you can use this even better. But for now, the first step when you're feeling overwhelmed, when you are going through a crisis, is to see your thoughts as thoughts and to remind yourself that your mind is like the blue sky and thoughts are just clouds passing by. If you can learn to not take your own thinking seriously in those moments, you give yourself such an amazing gift. Secondly, your feelings. Here's the part that no one tells you. Your emotions, even the most painful ones, are not permanent. They are passing sensations in your body shaped by thought. Raw, intense emotions, those painful ones, when left alone, they pass through your body in 90 seconds. What makes them last longer? Thinking, rumination, those mental replays. The secret is not to get rid of your emotions. The secret is not to push them away or to try and numb them. The secret is to see them for what they are. Thoughts created sensations in your body. They cannot harm you, even though they can hurt like hell. You want to allow your feelings, the despair, the fear, the doubt, all of them to gently rise and then pass through your body. If you want to get better at navigating emotions instead of being ruled by them, I've created an audio course that goes deeper into this. It's gentle, it's grounding, and it's there to help you develop the clarity, the emotional clarity that will make a crisis, any crisis in your life, feel lighter, not heavier. The link is in the description. It's totally free and it's something I wish I had access to during my earlier days as an entrepreneur. And now for that third life-altering insight that I promised you. You, me, someone like Russell Brunson going through a crisis. We all have built-in resilience. We are like one of those self-writing toys that cannot fall over. We want to make a comeback and right ourselves. The secret is to quiet your insecure thoughts and to quiet down your overactive, fear-mongering imagination. Even if you can just do it for a few minutes at a time, that's how you gain access to your inner wisdom, common sense, and innate mental health. Underneath all the noise comes clarity. Clarity to see what you can do, what you can't do, and what your next best step is. You can see yourself going through the crisis. You can detach from the experience instead of over-identifying with it. And that offers you a beautiful gift, the gift of perspective. And now suddenly you can see the way forward and that this crisis can be a catalyst for something better in your business, in your relationships, in your life. Okay, so how did this comeback turned out for Russell Brunson? He remembered this phrase that he often said to his clients, to other people, you're just one funnel away. And that kind of snapped him out of the of the difficult position he was in. So he started rebuilding his business, one funnel at a time, testing, failing, trying again until both parts of his business were working again, the coaching side as well as the software side. He also reconciled with his son, and he also accepted the ban from the wrestling world without any bitterness. Most important part is that he rebuilt his relationship with life itself. And that's an invitation to you, to all of us. If you are ready to stop powering your business with stress and survival energy, you will love the next video. It's about Monsters Incorporated, yes, indeed, the children's movie, and what it teaches us about energy states and how to fuel your business with the right kind of emotions and how to choose presence over pressure. See you there.